big shout out to Marvel Snap Decks on Twitter, which has displaying that on the Korean Snap website, they put the patch notes. Now, according to Ben Bro, this patch is not coming out until next week sometime, but somehow they posted the notes. So the patch was supposed to go live today, but it's delayed to next week. But they forgot to not release the information on the Korean Snap website. So this is just hot off the press. So when you click on it, takes you to the Marvel Snap Korean forums. You can translate it from Korean to English, and we're going to go right to the juicy part, the balance things. I think a lot of people have been like, Nerf Leader. They've said that Leader was on the watch list, and they also said Galactius on the watch list. And then I also have been saying that Aero is kind of busted. All those cards are getting slight changes, not drastic. Now, the good thing about Marvel Snap is that typically when they nerf cards, the cards are still playable. That has been my experience. So Aero is going from 5'8" to 5'7", and I think this is fine. Leader and Leech were all about win on turn 5, play Leader or Leech, and win the game. That was kind of the meta right now, so this is going to change it. Aero's effectiveness is great for both obstruction and control. Previously, we increased Aero stats for where it is now, but since players have realized how to use it, we thought it might be a good idea to lower power a bit. Yeah, they've moved Aero up and down a bit. Galactus, kind of not very interactive. Like Leader and Galactus, for your opponents, is not very, it's hard to like play around it. It's kind of annoying. Even at the highest ranked plague, decks using Galactus have high cube gains and win rates. Some decks don't explicitly announce that Galactus will be coming, and plenty of support cards that some decks find difficult to counter. We're going to lower Galactus by 1 power and then evaluate further changes are needed. So they're acknowledging that this might not be enough. 1 point does make a difference. The Leader, I think people were expecting more, like -1 or 1 power or the changing. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of outrage that this is not enough. Leader is going from 6'4" to 6'3". Many players are picky about Leader's effectiveness and ability to stop the game, make it difficult to play 6-cost cards. Has been a mixed bag. I'm going to lower the power a bit and see if further modifications are needed later. Fine. All right, Nova. All right, I guess they're gonna Nova. Dude, Nova used to give out 2 power back in the day. Nova was busted, and so they've nerfed and buffed Nova quite a bit, or they've nerfed Nova quite a bit. Developers comments: Nova's effective is much stronger than one of the 1-cost cards. We don't think it's appropriate for Nova to have an average stat of a 1-cost card, so they're lowering Nova down to 1/1. Well, you kind of want Nova to die anyways. Okay, so they're gonna change Drax and Groot, and Drax has been seeing some play right now in the Zabu decks, so I think this is a good change. Plus, this will also make Drax more playable with, let's say, Shuri, because it's going to have, basically, it says if Drax appear, right now Drax is a 4/4, they're going to make Drax a 4/5. So this is going to be a huge boost to Drax, and Drax will probably see play with Shuri in Zabu decks. Drax 4/4 appears if your opponent played a card in this zone, give it +4 power. Now it'll be a 4/5 and get +3. So the way it worked before is basically it would become an 8. Well, the same thing is true. It will become an 8, but you're going to guarantee to get the 5 up front and then +3. Now, a lot of people were using Absorbing Man to copy Drax, and they were getting the +4 on Absorbing Man. I think that's kind of like a little bit of a nuanced interaction, so it won't matter. Groot, I never really played Groot, but maybe this will make Groot more viable in Silver Surfer decks. Same thing, it was a 3/3 before, and then it got +3, so Groot was basically a 3/6, cost 3, has 6 power, but now it's going to be just a generic 4, 3/4, and then get +2. So when you think that Guardians effects will create a lot of fun, it can also feel like an all or nothing game. We hope to increase Drax and Groot's base stats to lower the cost of risk playing cards, increasing their attractiveness in the 3 and 4 cost slots. Hasmat. Okay, so I've tried playing some Luke Cage Hasmat decks, and I did not have a lot of success. It feels very inconsistent and whippy, requiring, I think part of it too was that the version that I was playing with Hasmat was Wong, and Wong is so easily countered by Cosmo, and everybody plays Cosmo. So Hasmat, like if you looked at like the stats on some of those websites that track the stats, Hasmat did not have a good win rate. Developer comments. We know that there's some powerful looking Hasmat combo decks, but Hasmat's overall performance is not good. So in this update, we're going to raise it slightly. So Hasmat will go up a power. Black Cat. Oh my God. Yeah. Waifu right there. She definitely was not getting used a lot. Black Cat is going from 3.6 to 3.7. That might make her more viable. I actually don't play a lot of discard decks. And so, not recently anyways, since they changed them a bunch. So I don't have a lot of thoughts on Black Cat that might be good. Since Black Cat is rarely used, we want to increase the attractiveness, increasing the power. Nakia, oh my God, they keep changing the way Nakia works. And so they're trying to get it right. They feel like they take away, they give it back, take it away. They've been all over the place. They're trying to get it right. So she's going to go from a 3-1 to a 3-2. She used to get power to the entire hand, and now it's just the first cards. So they changed that a lot. Developer comments, we think Nakia effect is an interesting mechanic, but currently has a very low success rate. Wanted to buff it up a bit to make it a more attractive auction. Zome updates. So if there is a Professor X in Oscorp Tower, the card will not change faction. I believe that is changed location. So that is that's pretty hard for that to happen. Updated the text for Raft and Vibrating Mind, doesn't specify what that is. Decrease the chance of Warrior Falls appearing. Yeah, that's kind of one of those like annoying locations like World Ship or Ego. Never really excited to see that when it comes. It is. Now there's some bug fixes. Now keep in mind, this has all been translated to Korean, so I don't know how well the translator worked. Also, the other thing that I don't know is I don't think this was meant to be released because it's supposed to be released next week. And they may change this. So just take everything that we've talked about with a grain of salt. But I feel like these balance updates are really accurate for sure. Bug fix. The translation quality of some titles has been improved. Addressed an issue where players would be kicked if too many Black Panthers are active in a single turn. I've experienced that. Fixed an issue where buff effects were not added to some cards if multiple debuff effects are activated at the same time. Haven't seen that one. Now the game does not stop even at least. Okay, yeah, there were some like glitches, just a lot of weird things with this location where I would actually have to close out the app and restart the app. So that's good that they're fixing it. Just an issue where caused the shop timer malfunction where changing the device time will no longer show increased power for more than 2 digits. Address an issue where areas such as Warrior Falls and Gamma Lash slow down the game powers. Now display correctly, even if Deadpool is destroyed while temporarily empowered. Yeah, I was specifically these locations. It seemed like it bugged out with like Bucky, or I don't know what it was. Specifically, Warrior Falls with like Buggy, it would just get really laggy and just sit there and hang. So that's good that they're working on these bugs. Change the carousel so that Season Pass is not displayed as a battle pass. Fix an issue where textures on some cards would appear stretched when upgrading to uncommon at the end of a match. Updated to give energy when the time stone is destroyed. Okay. Silent Isle visual effects no longer crack. Title page scrolling now works in the correct direction. Resolved an issue where progress of blocks in the claiming rewards tutorial. Oh boy, a lot of people were telling me about this. They were getting hung up and they couldn't even like reinstall their game, so that's good. Arrange the position of the sort filter button on iOS. Now pressing the middle zone after Ellie's action no longer a strange card inside of the zone preview. I've seen that. Search bar is not visible on screens where it should appear. Quick upgrade section will no longer disappear from the shop. Buy button no longer disappears when after purchasing a variant from the shop and refreshing the shop. Okay. Season Pass Spotlight card transformation text no longer overlaps the card. And then this is just some generic fixes. All right, overall, I'm pretty happy about this. I think I said this in an Arnold video that they were going to nerf Aero. I was not surprised that, I mean, I've been calling, no surprise on Aero, no surprise on Galactus, no surprise on Leader. Of course, they've announced Galactus and Leader. Nova's kind of a surprise. Drax, I think Drax is going to get play right now. This is actually kind of a big deal. Groot and Hasmat, we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comment section about all these changes. I think most people are going to be not happy with the changes to leader. I think people wanted leader nerfed into the ground to be like 6-1 or something like that, or have him be like only affects lanes that you don't play him in or something like that. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye for now.